Hey up, Sofa Squad, and we are live back with another edition of Shooting the Ship. Shooting the shit, even.
Yeah, I saw you made a little boo boo in the title, but I decided to be nice, or I would normally brutally roast you.
And as always, you can support the channel, and the links to do so are in the description.
And now you've got a little tick bar on the bottom.
Yeah.
Do you have
Thought
to
I
pay
thought
for? Do you have to pay for like StreamYard Premium for that?
No, you don't. No, they've added it for free. So I thought I'd add it. Why not?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I like it.
Hmm.
At least the font isn't Comic Sans. Then we'd have a problem. Anyone who
Yes.
knows me knows I have a brutal hatred for Comic Sans.
Well, yes, it's very, so 90s, isn't it?
Not even that. It's just when I read something, right, and it's in Comic Sans, I look at it, and my first assumption, and I can't even help it, it's the first thing that pops into my mind, is that the author is an idiot.
Yeah.
And speaking of idiots, do you remember last week when I told
Yeah.
you I had some Karen come up to me
Hmm.
and demand her entire week-long stay free because
Yeah.
a housekeeper had cleaned her room?
Yeah.
Well, I've got an update, and it's a doozy.
Okay,
Now,
come on.
one of my desk clerks actually fucking gave it to her.
Yeah.
Now, I had in a text message, sorry, I was taking a drag of my cigarette. In a text message, I had a direct instruction from the general manager. When I texted him and told him what this lady wanted, his exact response was, LOL, not gonna happen. Well, by giving them a week free, that was basically disregarding a direct instruction.
Yeah.
And I've actually gotten to be pretty good friends there with the housekeeping director. He's a cool dude. Like, he'll come by the desk when he's bored and we'll just bullshit for a while.
Everybody there, they're all great people.
They are. They're fantastic.
They're great people there. And they don't treat you like shit, like quality people.
Oh, yeah, by the way, by request for anyone in the side chat, Josh did decide to join us today. He's playing Fortnite, but he probably will make random comments.
I'll be listening.
So, anyway, so I'm hanging out
So I hope
with...
the booty hole likes you being here.
Oh my God, stop it. But the housekeeping director actually shared with me that he is almost positive that lady was lying. Because he doesn't fuck around, and if someone were to disregard a do not disturb placard on the door, he would fire them immediately. He would know who did it, and he'd fire them because there'd be a record of it, that it was actually done. Because, the housekeepers have to tell whoever's on duty, this one, and this one are ready, so they can update it in the computer. Or so front desk can do it, whichever. So, he's pretty sure they lied.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Every room that gets clean, it does get clipped in the computer, doesn't it?
Exactly. Now, at my hotel...
What a piece of shit.
In my hotel, at my old hotel, it used to be front desk's responsibility solely to do it. But where I am now, everybody can... Oh, no, I'm all alone. Mike left. Oh, no, this is no bueno.
No,
I'm still live, and I'm all by myself.
on his thing?
Yeah.
Or it's probably an accident.
Oh, probably, but oh my goodness, this is no bueno.
He'll come back.
I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. My problems have all gone. There's no one to deride me.
But you gotta have friends.
Stop singing, donkey. Well, I guess it's just me and you shooting the shit, Josh.
I'll shoot the shit.
You are shit.
Oh, I'm shooting shit now.
Hang on. You know what I'm gonna do? Just to provide some entertainment, I'm gonna turn on my camera.
You wanna flip it over?
Yeah, if I can. Camera, microphone, camera. Face. There we go. Back camera. There we go. Now Mike is streaming Josh playing Fortnite. Please excuse the mess in our living room, whoever's watching. If anyone.
Hey, I see you.
Oh Lord, what do we do now? Oh no. This is no widow. I'm gonna just hop on the twatters real quick. Run multi-window mode. Well, Mike, if you're seeing this, I don't know what happened, but sorry. I wonder if he knows it's still live. So we see here Josh is playing as Harley Quinn. Because he's not 100% sure of his own identity sometimes. Ah, Mike's internet went down.
You took my fucking bounty. Oh, come here. Come here, boy. Damn it.
All right, so Mike's trying to fix his internet. Just so everybody knows, Mike's trying to fix his internet. Okay. The broadcast is still live. I turned on my camera.
Oh, yeah,
and viewers can watch Josh play Fortnite.
Enjoy enhanced mobility and exchange. 360. 540. Oh, 720.
So, Josh, why don't you tell us about what's on your head right now? Uh-huh.
They make you run faster and jump higher. But they eat your health. When you have a parasite on your head, you can only have 60 health at a time.
Okay, then. Nice. This is the most disrespectful thing one can do in Fortnite. Emoting after a kill.
Double.
A double kill especially. And they're both still watching him. This is the legend himself. Say hi, Josh. Oh, okay. Josh, what was that? Did you not hear yourself? You sounded like you were just told the worst dad joke ever. Yeah, sure, like mine. Let's go with that. Pity I don't have any new dad jokes.
Oh shit.
What?
We're down to 1v1.
Get him. I think Josh is about to win this match, everyone. I think you only were shooting the car. It's probably in the RV. Really? You can't? Well, that's dumb. Well, Josh wins. What are you doing? And he's gone. Don't know where he went, but okay.
It wasn't there, though.
What?
It wasn't there, though.
Ow!
Party.
Congratulations. Well, so you gonna ready up and start another match? Okay. So it looks like we have nobody in the side chat. I don't know if anybody's even watching.
Mike gonna send you the link when he has it fixed.
Probably.
Can you stream on Twitch from a phone? Or no?
You can, but it's very difficult.
You think we could put Switch on Twitch on your laptop and then plug them into each other and do it that way?
Maybe someday. Maybe that'll be a feature of my own channel. We'll do a Josh Plays special every week. Mike says, cool, thanks to me turning my camera on so everybody can watch you play Fortnite. I'm actually going to scoot my chair a little closer so we have a better view here. And let's plug in my phone.
How? Why'd you do that?
I just felt like it. So, why don't you tell everybody about where you're at right now?
My house? No.
Why, are you afraid of getting stream sniped?
You know, I just don't want people knowing how I'm knowing the way that I play.
Well, won't they technically know by watching you?
We're back.
Oh, Mike is back.
Oh God.
Oh, what was that?
Well, I kept all of the non-existent viewers entertained for you.
Yeah. Cheers. I appreciate it.
It's like, you know what? I'm here all by myself. Let me just improvise.
Well, yeah. Well, it's a good job no one's watching, but thanks for keeping the stream going anyway.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's, you know what? I figured you would DM me and tell me to either shut it down or figure something out.
Hmm.
So I'd like to think I figured something out.
Yeah. Good. Well, we had a situation.
What happened?
Well, I cut out, and then all of the lights in the router went red. So I had to reboot the damn thing.
Oh, okay. What, did you DM me from your phone?
Yeah. You know, using my
Okay.
data.
Okay, yeah, I figured, you know.
Hmm.
You cut out. I just, for a second, I panicked. I started singing the song from Shrek. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. And then Josh starts fucking joining in. You'll see it on the replay if you watch it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it.
I did get the win.
He did win, by the way.
Oh, that's good.
He did win the match he was playing when you cut out. So now he's on his neck. Now he's on his how many rounds is this now, Josh? Yeah, he doesn't just play one round at Fortnite. He plays at least 5. He'll either play this or Stardew Valley for hours and hours and hours and hours if you let him.
Yeah.
I actually went in the group chat and was like, yeah, by the way. And he and I were talking about the possibility of me adding a special to my channel if we could figure out if we can get my laptop connected to the Switch and we can get it to actually stream consistently. Perhaps my channel will have a special every week. Josh plays whatever game.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Big boy bonus. What's up, buddy?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Now you're getting gay with the NPCs? Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? Josh just... I think Josh has the closet door half open. He isn't fully out, but sometimes he'll stick a hand out or stick a foot out or stick his dick out. There, I said it so he didn't have to say it.
And there comes the mothership guy.
Oh, fun. You're gonna get stuck in the fucking storm, you idiot. Josh thinks he's good at Fortnite, but he's
I am good at Fortnite.
You could be better. You could stop getting yourself stuck in the storm.
Ah, we have Esther,
Oh yay, we have a viewer. You missed
the
it.
African humanist.
You missed it. Shooting the shit turned into a Fortnite stream. This will live on in infamy. I have a feeling.
It will. So
The time
you're welcome.
Siamese and Josh hijacked shooting the shit quite by accident.
You're welcome to join us if you're available.
Yes, please do.
I think.
Always fun when the party fills up.
Well, what did I miss? She's asking. Well, my router went down, and Siamese had to take over, and she shared her screen. And
Well, I didn't share my screen. Actually, I'm using my cell phone, so I turned on my cell phone camera, pointed it at the television, so everybody got to watch my boyfriend play Fortnite.
Okay, you did it that way. Okay.
Yeah, I can't screen share from my phone. I'm not that talented.
Oh, of course not. No.
It's not about being
Yeah.
talented.
You know what, Josh? Let me have my self-deprecating humor. Or I put my foot in your mouth.
But thanks thanks for doubling our viewers, Esther. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a pretty fun. At least I know I can think on my feet.
So I've shared the link to all the necessary places. But if you need the link and you're able to join, then let me know, and I'll send you the link. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
it'd be nice to have a third person.
She's saying, I don't think you can share screen from your phone. Yes, you're right, actually.
No, I can't. I definitely can't. But I mean, either way, I figured out a way to kind of salvage the moment.
Yeah, you did. You did well. Thanks. I appreciate it. She's saying, give me 5 minutes.
Yay!
Okay. The more, the merrier.
The clock starts now. No, I'm kidding.
The cock joke now.
No, Josh, put it in your pants. Yeah, I know, but you keep it in there. Oh, Jesus. I was actually watching a bunch of Family Feud clips today because I've taken to that since I don't have cable and can't watch the actual show. And one of the questions was, somebody asked 100 married women, your man says his zipper holds back a lion. What animal does it really hold back? Some of the answers were ridiculous. Somebody said a worm. Another one said a dog. Kitten.
That sounds like a game show that used to be here in the UK called Family Fortunes.
I wonder who stole the idea from who.
When was it in the UK?
When did it start?
Well, I remember watching it with my mum and dad when I was a kid in the 80s.
Okay, so you had it in the 80s.
Yeah.
I used to watch it with my ex-husband, actually. I'm surprised it's not a post-traumatic stress trigger, but it's just so goddamn funny. People sleep on Steve Harvey. He's hilarious. He almost beat somebody's ass one time because the question was, name a celebrity with a big mouth who's not afraid to use it. Somebody said Steve Harvey.
Our survey said,
Actually, I think it might have been up there. I don't remember.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think it might have been up there, but I don't remember off the top of my head. There's been some really weird answers that have been up there. Somebody asked the question, what's something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house? Somebody answered naked grandma. Josh, do you really want me to answer the question if you'd want to see a naked grandma?
No.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Actually, my best friend had an ex-boyfriend who after they broke up, he was briefly married or in a relationship with somebody, and they were all friends. And the woman told my friend he apparently had granny porn in his search
Ooh.
history. It's,
Oh.
I mean,
It's
as
not my
someone
cup
who's
of tea.
never watched, as someone who's never watched porn in my life, and I know everybody's going to call me a liar, I don't understand the appeal, but granny porn
Yeah.
especially, that
It's not my
sounds like
it's not my cup of tea, but each to their own.
I suppose, but there's a
There's naught as queer as folk, as we say up north.
yeah, I've heard some. I mean, I've heard of some weird. I mean, honestly, I don't understand the appeal of feet either. Don't tickle my foot! I will shove it in your butt.
Hello.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you like that.
No.
No,
Like,
I don't understand, but some people do. Some people love feet.
yeah, that's I don't understand it. There's so many fetishes I don't get.
Hmm.
Like, I worry about people with the feeder fetish. Like, there's a lot of talk about how, in a sense, that's kind of abusive because it puts people's health at risk.
Yeah. I heard of one man who liked to do things to noodles
So what?
to noodles.
Well, Jerry. That's all I gotta say about that.
Hmm.
I do wish I could screen share from my phone. I'd show you one of the weirdest Jerry Springer clips I've ever seen in my life, which involves someone I know personally.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Vitaly, the dumbest idiot I've ever met in my life.
Hmm.
Everybody knows about Vitaly. Mr. That's not a problem. The truck is front wheel drive.
All
Or did
right.
I or did I not show you those screenshots?
No, you didn't.
Oh my god, I need to send you those screenshots. Basically, I had posted a photo on my Facebook years and years ago. I think like 2016 or something. I posted this,
Yeah.
and it was this picture. It was a pickup truck, and in the back of the truck was those ATVs, the four wheelers.
Yeah.
So it's strapped in the back of the truck, but the strap is looped through the rim of the wheel of the truck,
Hmm.
like the metal.
Oh,
You understand the problem, right?
yeah.
So the caption is, "You could tell him, or you could sit back and enjoy the show." Now, me being the petty, sadistic bitch that I am, of course, I said, I would sit back and enjoy the show.
Hmm.
So this idiot fucking comments, and he says, "That's not a problem. The truck is front wheel drive." I said, you are literally fucking stupid. And then he keeps trying to argue
Yo,
with
don't call
me.
him stupid. That's not noisy. He's retarded.
Josh, we don't use that word. Vitaly is severely intellectually challenged in a way that is not reparable through any medical or therapeutic means. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So he's he actually said I'm convinced he killed his brain cells through heavy drinking.
Probably.
And he's telling me, no, trust me, my boy had that car. oh no, it's fine. It's not a problem. I know about cars. I'm like, apparently you don't. Look at the strap. You don't see the problem here. He's like, oh no, it's not gonna stop it. I'm just like, I finally lost my shit. I was like, you're a fucking idiot. And then in comes my mother,
Hmm.
who comments and goes, I hope your friend's pretending not to understand the problem. I said, no, Mom, I don't think he's pretending. And my mom goes, well, does he have a legal guardian? In the state of New Jersey, I think the Division of Developmental Disabilities could help with that.
Yeah.
So she low-key called him so stupid that he can't even manage his own affairs.
Mhm. And
Quality.
we've got Robert X in the house. Welcome.
Oh, and that's the part Josh just reminded me, because the story doesn't end. I mean, ever since then, and even before then, probably, this kid Vitaly has been deathly afraid of me.
Okay.
Imagine the surprise. I'm working the desk one night at Quality,
And health.
the shithole, as I call it now.
Mhm.
And
Shenanigans Central.
who should come around the corner to ask for a toilet plunger but Vitaly?
Ah.
He
Hello,
comes around the
Esther.
corner. Hello.
Hello.
He comes around the corner. He says to me, he says, do you have a toilet plunger? I said, Vitaly, why the fuck are you here? And he looked at me and he ran the other way. Like, nope, guess I didn't need that toilet plunger that badly. Like, no, you didn't, dude. So, anyway, hi, Esther. Nice to finally meet you in a sense.
Hello.
Yes, I am.
Simon.
And because it's too fucking loud. No.
How do you pronounce your name?
What?
Chinese. How do you pronounce your name? It's Chinese.
Yes.
Chinese.
Yes. Related to the late great Size Strike. Completely disavowed the husband beating, dog abusing Size Strikeling.
Okay. So it's
Have nothing to do with that.
Chinese.
Hmm?
Do you call it Chinese?
Yes.
Hey, Chinese. But you're a scientist, right?
No, I'm a hotel front desk manager.
Oh, okay. I don't know. For
No,
some
my
reason, when I
uncle-
saw the site, I thought, oh, it might be a scientist.
No, there's a story behind that. I don't know if you ever knew of Size Strike.
Okay.
He actually died in 2019. He was my uncle, and how I adopted this Twitter handle, and started my Chinese Twitter account, because I have another Twitter that I only use when I'm bored and feel like pissing off Ken Ham, is,
Oh, gosh.
well, one day I don't think I told Mike this story. He'll like this. I was in Barnes and Noble one day. It's a
Yeah.
pretty popular. You have that over there? Bookstore, Barnes and Noble?
No. But we do have
Okay.
Waterstones.
Okay, yeah, so here we have Barnes and Noble. So I'm in Barnes and Noble, and I was bored, and it's never a good idea for me to get bored, because then I start having bad ideas and acting on them. So I went in Barnes and Noble, and I found every book written by or about a member of the Trump family, and I moved them all over to the true crime section.
Okay.
And then I took photos. And I sent them to Size Strike. Because Size Strike, our family referred to him as the pervert genius. Well, my cousin specifically. My cousin Steve is 2 years younger than he is. Yeah, Size Strike became an uncle at 2 years old. Because my grandparents had their children with pretty significant age gaps, because they should never have had children. I loved my grandmother. I have mixed feelings about my grandfather. They should never have had children. But he and Steve, Size Strike and Steve used to get into these. They used to get into quite a bit of trouble together when they were teenagers. I've heard stories involving changing happy hour to crappy hour on a hotel sign, and my grandmother being ushered past the sign and into the elevator so she wouldn't see it. My grandmother was forever yelling at them because they were doing dumb shit all the time. They had to be seated at opposite ends of the dinner table. But so I sent photos of what I had done to Sky Strike, and he says, "I want to tweet these, but I need to credit you, but I don't want to dox you. You have to make a new Science Strike Force Twitter handle." That's how I got recruited to the Twitter division of the Science Strike Force. So I was like, you know what? You're clearly not giving me a choice in the matter. So I made the account, followed him, and he promptly posted the photo. And it's still on his account. It's still on his page. And it says photo generously donated by my niece at Sky Niece. He was very proud of that, Frank. He really understood me better than any of my other relatives did or ever will. And he really appreciated that prank. He thought it was probably, I think that was probably the funniest thing he ever knew me to have done. And I'm quite proud of it myself. And I'll fucking do it again. Put me in a Barnes & Noble right now. I will do it again. I moved The Art Is the Deal. I moved some biography on Ivanka. I moved everything related to Trump or his family over to this fucking true crime section, and I still have the pictures somewhere. I'll find them. Okay. He was so proud of these. He was so proud of this prank. And I think my mom might have been as well. I think my mom got a kick out of it. Then again, my mom was not exactly an orthodox parent. Tell me, if you ever went on an extended trip, would you bring back a T-shirt with a rude saying on it and instruct your child to wear it to school?
No, I wouldn't.
No chance of that happening. No.
No, my mom actually brought me back a T-shirt that said, "Your lips keep moving, but all I hear is blah blah blah."
Oh no.
After she went on a trip to Las Vegas, hands me the shirt and says, "This is what you're wearing to school tomorrow, dear."
Oh my goodness.
And she got a phone call, and she just, you know what? No, I told her to wear it. I drew a dick on the board in my sophomore year biology class.
So did you wear the T-shirt then?
Yes, and the school called my mom about it, and my mom told them to screw off because she was the one that told me to wear it.
Oh gosh.
My sophomore year of high school, right? My 16th birthday, my birthday present from my biology teacher was a write-up because I drew a dick on the board. And I'm in the vice principal's office, and he's calling my mom to let her know that I have to serve Saturday detention. And I hear, okay, why is she serving Saturday detention? She didn't give a fuck if I got in trouble in school. She had no respect for the authority, for the administration of my school. And this is the vice principal tells her, well, she drew a penis on the board in class. And I hear my mom start cracking up. And the vice principal says to her, I don't know why you're laughing. And I hear my mom go, because it's funny, you fucking asshole. Of course I'm laughing.
Is your mom a Christian?
Nah, I honestly think if she set foot in a church, she'd burst into flames. Oh, you do see what my T-shirt says in my avatar?
No, I can't. Oh, I can see something like Satan.
It says, do you have in fact, I have the shirt here. Let me grab it. Let me grab it. I'll never give up this shirt. It is my favorite shirt of all time. It was my birthday present from my best friend. It says, let me turn my camera on. Oop, gotta switch to the to the front camera. There we go. Come on. Work, you bastard. There we go. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Satan? Gesundheit.
Micah Ritchie is asking, Saturday detention. They do that. I've never heard of that.
Oh, yes, it's actually quite popular in the American school system. And it lasts all day at a lot of schools.
Yeah.
I would.
So I had Saturday detention.
If I remember rightly, the Breakfast Club.
Yep, Saturday detention.
Yeah. It's been ages since I saw that film.
I love that movie. It's one of the movies I have seen because Siesta doesn't know this because this is your first time encountering me, shall we say. I grew up under a rock, and there are a lot of classic movies that I have never seen, but The Breakfast Club is not one of them. I adore that movie.
What movie is it? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
The Breakfast Club.
Oh, The Breakfast Club. I know about a show called The Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah, there's a radio show, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1980s classic.
It's a great movie.
Okay. No.
You never saw it?
No.
Oh my god. If only it wouldn't get you a copyright strike, Mike. I'd say you need to screen share that movie right now. A great fucking movie. It's that one and 16 Candles wasn't too bad either.
I beg your pardon, Josh.
I think he was yelling at something in the living room. Josh, we heard you, right? I don't know what he was yelling at because he's in the other room. I don't care. I don't know what he's yelling at. I don't care what he's yelling at. He's always screaming and cursing in his video games. You should see what happens when he loses in Fortnite early on.
And we've got Harmonica Man in the chat saying, I'll be in after my supper.
Ooh, yay! I always enjoy sitting in streams with him. He's fun.
Yeah.
He was in a live stream with me yesterday. I had one of those really hilarious live streams, and he joined in, and it was really good to have him on.
Oh, he's great. He's
absolutely.
He's a riot. He joined me one time. Mike was on a 2-week hiatus because he had his daughter staying with him, and I was still regularly co-hosting on the sofa. So during the time that On the Sofa would have been on, I hosted my own stream, and he came on for a little while. That was a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
So what about manners? Josh doesn't have any manners.
Manners.
You must be new here. Josh has no manners at all. Sometimes I wonder how he learned to eat with a fork. I love the man, but I could kill him if it wouldn't put me in jail sometimes.
How long have you been together then?
5 years in August.
Okay, that's good. 5 years. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
5 years. You haven't killed him yet. So that's a good thing. That's very good.
Yes, I mean it was the first year and some change was a little rough. Like we kind of had a period where like we were on and then we were off and then we were on and then we were in a weird are they or aren't they phase. and then we've been back on since 2018.
Okay. So
But
Robert, sorry to cut you short, but Robert asked a question in the chat saying, are the three of you the Trinity now?
speaking of Trinity, that kind of makes me want to rewatch the Matrix movies. I see they're making a fourth one.
Yes, I heard that.
Oh, have you guys heard the news? What's his name? Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that we were actually I was on Purple stream earlier today when that broke.
Mm.
So is he out of jail now, or
Yes, he's out of prison.
is he?
And just like that, rapists all over the country will now be under the belief that rapists all over the country are going to think that they can use that same technicality that freed Bill Cosby to get themselves out.
Mm.
You know it's going to happen.
What was the technicality?
I haven't got
Supposedly, there was a violation of his due process rights because of some testimony at a deposition.
Oh gosh.
Right. That's the thing. You know, that's the problem. This is why a lot of women don't come forward.
Well, that's
Because-
exactly it. And, you know, what really pissed me off about the Cosby situation was that, you know, a lot of people believed his accusers were lying on him to try to get money.
Oh,
Mm. And it seems to me, if you're wealthy and you can afford a clever enough lawyer, you can get away with these things.
exactly.
That's exactly what we were. That's what we were saying in Purple Stream.
Anything. Can get away with
Mm.
anything. Murder.
Anyway, I'll be right back. I have to. Well, there's a matter I have to attend to.
Okay.
That oh fuck it, I'll just say it. I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You guys over there call it the bathroom. We call it the toilet.
Yes.
We call it the loo or the toilet,
Mm.
but not the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, in my family, we always used to say, I'm just gonna go and wash my hands.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hmm.
That's a nice way to put it. Going to wash my hands.
Mike is saying the bog.
Bug.
And but the thing is, I was at a friend's house for lunch one time, and he told me we're just about to sit down for lunch, and I said to him, okay, I'll just go and wash my hands before I sit down, and his wife said, it's okay, there's a sink in the kitchen, you can wash your hands there.
Oh no.
So I had to explain what I actually meant.
What you meant, right?
Mm.
Oh gosh. Imagine you tell somebody you want to go and wash your hands, and then you go in there and do your business, and the whole place stinks. The person will be wondering, what sort of hands were you washing?
Yes, exactly.
What part of the hands caused the big smell?
Mm.
Oh. So you got the girls on Friday, isn't it? Friday?
Yeah. They come and stay with me every weekend.
Right.
They come Friday after school, and
Cool.
stay the weekend.
Okay. I've got my son home all of this week because he's been in contact with someone who had the virus.
Ah,
So he's
I have returned.
self-isolating now.
oh, oh, right. My eldest daughter, she had to self-isolate. Her whole class had to self-isolate because one lad, presented symptoms.
Oh my goodness! Did he turn out to have COVID?
I don't know what the latest is, but my eldest daughter, she never showed any symptoms, and
Oh, good. That's good.
so
My,
she.
my son's test was negative, so that's good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that is
Just-
good.
that must be a relief.
Yes, it is. I mean, he has tested positive for the
Oh.
COVID. He has tested positive,
Hmm.
but he had no symptoms at all, none.
Hmm.
So he has been positive with the COVID, but just had no symptoms.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect children as much as it does grown-ups.
No, it's not so bad in kids.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was just explaining to Josh what happened, that your daughter had to self-isolate, Mike, and because of what happened with somebody showing symptoms, and he said he's glad to hear she's okay.
Yeah. Micah is asking, in England, do you have to social distance still? Yes.
Yes.
We are socially distancing.
Yes.
Especially in shops and pubs and restaurants and what have you.
Meanwhile, my city actually just my city lifted the mask mandate. Now, actually, as of this past Monday, Pennsylvania in entirety lifted the. Oh, here goes the neighborhood. Hi, Randy.
Hello, Randy.
Hi.
Hey.
I'd be wearing my fancy hat right now, but it is hotter than a popcorn fart in my house.
A popcorn fart. I'd say it's
Yeah,
hotter than.
man, it's pretty hot.
I'd say it's hotter than Satan's dick
Okay, how
hole.
about it's called a meatus. And I wouldn't know.
It's not so bad.
Must be talking about the TV actor.
Yes, we were.
Oh my god, it's so fucking. Oh my god, I feel so much better. I just cracked it open. I just cracked a bottle of Baja Blast. Oh, it's so refreshing.
It's only 12 degrees Celsius here in Yorkshire.
But the Fahrenheit.
But it's humid.
I don't know.
Oh my god, what is it with you people, you older people, and it's not the heat, it's the humidity. I guess I technically count as old people now. I guess I technically count as an old people now. I mean, I'm 27 with the health problems of a 50-year-old, so.
But when you live on an island close to the North Sea, you get the humidity, rather than the dry heat, then I suppose then you get in other parts of the world. It's something else. But we do get dry heat as well, but mostly it's humidity more than anything.
Yeah, it's been 95% humidity here for a week.
I just know that the thermometer on my car read 100 degrees at one point. And that's when I decided that if I had a gun, I'd put it to my head then and there.
Oh, dear.
I don't like extreme temperatures. I don't do well in extreme temperatures in either direction.
Well, then I probably ought to leave because I'm hot as hell.
I don't do, I don't do extreme heat. I don't do extreme cold.
Mike is saying I got 15 degrees Celsius and I saw 7 men without tops.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Nice.
I only put a shirt on because I wanted to show Esther my favorite shirt.
I am. The other day, actually, I saw a huge behemoth of a man, without a shirt.
Were you in a
And,
Walmart?
No, he was in the street outside his house, and he was drinking milk straight out of the carton.
Oh my God, that's like one of the worst things you can drink in the heat because milk coats your throat and you get sick and oh my God, what an idiot.
It's quite a sight,
Yep.
I can tell you.
Nothing will beat the disgusting sight that I had on my hands. The day I got really, really mad at my ex-husband. There were a few times I took revenge over the course of that marriage. And I smeared his whole body with Nair.
What is that?
Hair removal cream.
Oh, boy.
In fact,
No.
I've got a bottle of it here. I had something like this, and I smeared it on him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, I did horrible things to that man as payback for what he was doing to me. And I'm not the least bit sorry about any of it because the motherfucker dented my skull, left me with crippling post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm surprised I can hold a job.
Oh no.
But no, there was one time I wiped blood on his face because he pissed me off. Yeah, he beat me up and was like, you know what? I've had enough of your shit. Towards the end, he had me choked up against the wall one time, and I gave him a black eye. So I was just like, you know what? Enough. And at that point, it was self-defense. And my mom's telling me, you really shouldn't have done that because he'll file a bullshit police report because he did before and got me arrested. And then she's bragging to my sister. She gave him a black eye. Good. He deserved it.
So what was the outcome of the police?
Oh, when my ex had me arrested?
Yes.
He did admit to lying, and the charges got dropped, if I recall correctly.
Fantastic.
So thankfully, I do not have a conviction on my record. But no, he was just fucking psycho. He slit his own throat in front of me one time.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
Sights of my life.
I've heard some people say about makeup. So when you're in a relationship, makeup sex. I've heard someone say, "Oh, makeup sex is the best." That's not okay. What do you mean by that? It says when both of you have been in a huge argument, a huge fight, and then instead of saying sorry,
Sex with him was consistently terrible.
I'm like, what? No.
It's not true.
No, sex with that bastard was consistently terrible. First of all, he was hung like a fucking flea.
Makeup sex. Oh God.
He was hung like a flea. He was terrible in bed. He used to shit himself after he busted a nut.
No way.
Wow, that is.
No way. Yikes.
I swear to God, he used to shit himself after he busted a nut. He and I made a sex tape, and it happened in the sex tape.
There's got to be some kind of medical condition.
Yeah, if you should ever want to do so, never, ever show me that tape. Never.
I have no desire to show anybody that tape. I regret that I still have it.
Okay, good.
Besides, I don't like, jail wasn't fun when I got arrested. I don't want to go back, especially because that time I'll have done what I was charged with. And revenge porn is a felony.
Oh, yes, it is.
And I wouldn't like it if someone did it to me. In fact, people have done it to me. I have had my nudes plastered on the internet. Don't go looking for them, Randy. I swear to God. Oh wait, you don't know my
No,
real
I don't. That's true, and I'm too busy trying to get my musical career going, and I'm just taking a break right now and saying hi, before I get back into the songwriting. Um,
Well, it's a joy
but
to have you.
what I did want to talk about, what I wanted to talk about was the when I was on the African Humanists show the other
Oh
day
yeah, yes, it was
about
yesterday. Thanks for
the
coming on. Thanks for coming on.
was it yesterday?
It was yesterday, yes.
Oh, okay, boy, time sure flies when you're doing stuff around the clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
true.
just I was thinking about what the man was saying, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't care where you're at and where you're raised. You don't get to tell somebody else that why don't you just admit that you believe this, because that's a straw man, because you just hate God right after you just said I don't do those things. I think like an atheist, and yet every single point was a 100% Christian argument.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
the fallacy ones that everybody had already. So you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't come onto somebody else's show and say, I don't care what anybody else thinks. Anyways, this is what you are.
Yeah, what?
And then
That's really
but I
rude.
don't do that thing. I don't do that thing that I just did. Watch me do it again.
But then he
I'm
said
thinking, boy,
he
that
was
guy, I don't think he knows what he believes. He doesn't know what he believes.
He's got no
He's just
identity.
confused.
He's got to project that. He's
said
got
he
no
was
identity.
Christian. He
Right.
said he wasn't a Christian, but he lives like he's a Christian. That's what he said.
Was that Thanos?
Yes.
Because I saw some of that. I had it on. I had it on in the background because I was doing stuff. But I heard some of that. Yeah.
Careful
Yeah,
talking about
it got me
stuff.
frustrated
Josh
because
is in the room.
He didn't like being called a theist, did he?
I'm sorry.
No.
He didn't like being called a
No.
theist. I heard.
I tried to explain that's what a theist is, just a person who believes in a god or gods.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, that's what a means, not a person who believes in a god or god. It's as simple as that. And he just kept, no, I'm not, but I do believe in a god. Kept saying, I'm halfway in between. I'm mediocre. No, there's no halfway in between. Either you believe something or you do not. That's your only choice.
Necessarily true.
That's all you get.
Oh, I love this debate. But what about agnosticism?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What
Let's
about-
talk
what
about
about-
agnostic. You don't know. You want to make a not a knowledge claim, but a claim that you don't know. So you don't fully know and to believe on that subject. Somebody that believes in something, they say, yep, that's it. That's the truth. So I'm a Gnostic about this certain belief. If you're an agnostic, you get to say, well, I don't really know. There could be, but I am not sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's no hanging in there. Okay, now continue,
that's
please.
exactly
I'm sorry.
it. If you're agnostic, you're not sure. You don't believe, but you don't not believe either because you don't think there's enough evidence either way. At least that's how I feel.
Right.
There's another side to the coin of agnosticism.
Hold on.
Okay, go on. Oh, you want me to
What
go
did
on?
you mean by you don't believe, but you don't not believe? Okay, then you believe. There is no in between. You either believe something or you don't believe something, and any
let me
wordplay in
rephrase
between is either you believe or not. So, okay, go ahead.
Let me rephrase then. You may not necessarily firmly believe because you're not sure, but you don't firmly not believe either. That's the gray area where you think it's possible, but you also think it's you think it's possible that there is a deity of some sort, but you're also open to the possibility that you're open to either possibility. You haven't drawn a firm conclusion just yet because of a lack of
So
evidence.
you don't believe yet.
But you don't not believe yet either.
There's no such thing as you don't not believe. Either you believe or you don't believe. Not, well, I don't believe, but it's not. See, that those
can't
are
say-
arguments
can't say-
that's
You can't say,
inconsistent.
I don't
It's
know.
incoherent. Yeah, I don't know. That's good. You're still not staunch on I believe. That's the positive form of it, and either agnostic it could be or whatever. That's just the free balling it kind of thing. But it's either or. You either are convinced of something, or you are not convinced of something. That's what belief is.
The weather is moist.
You can't half-ass believe something. You cannot half-ass believe something. Like
Sure,
that
you can.
Bigfoot
Look at all
out
these
there.
Republicans who cherry picked the Bible. Look at all the Republicans who cherry picked the Bible. Wouldn't they be proof that you can half-ass believe?
No,
Robert
because they're
X is
still
saying-
convinced it's true, 100%. Doesn't matter how they interpret it.
But it's only the parts they want to be true that they believe. The parts that fit their agenda. That's what makes me think they may not
Okay,
necessarily.
so
But there are people that do believe, and they're pandering to them.
I'm not talking about portions of the book or anything like that, or whatever interpretation that is. If they believe that it's true in general, then that's I see that. But Robert, that's the same thing as saying have the faith of a mustard seed, that it might be true. It's nonsensical. I mean, how could you say, well, I kind of believe it? Well, then you still don't believe it, right?
You
Hello?
cannot be sold on something while still being
Hello?
open to the idea of it being true.
Yes,
You can be open to the idea that something is
that
true.
is a different.
That's basically what agnosticism is.
I agree.
You're open to the idea, but you're not entirely sold yet because you haven't seen enough evidence.
Ta-da! And while you're not sold, you're not believing.
I did go.
You're not believing. I don't believe it.
Well, if you're an atheist, you're sold on entirely not believing. If you're a theist, you're sold on the idea of absolutely believing. If you're agnostic, you're not sold either way.
I did go through the phase of not being sure.
No.
I did go through that phase where I was not sure, and I considered myself agnostic at that. It's fine.
Well, my thing is, I identify as agnostic, and I just say, I'm not sold either way. It could be true, but it could also not be true. I'm not going to go and draw a conclusion of whether I believe or not. And you know what? Identifying as agnostic has really helped people helped me get people to leave me the hell alone, which is really what I want. I just don't want.
Exactly. I agree with what you're saying, but do you know that atheism doesn't equal Gnosticism? You can be a Gnostic or an agnostic atheist or anything else.
Well, there's all
it's a separate conversation. Right. But you said if you're an atheist, then you're convinced of it, so you're a Gnostic.
Well,
that's what I'm saying is not true.
The rough definition of atheism is a firm belief that there are no such things as gods and whatnot. So that's the rough layman's explain it to somebody like they're 5 definition.
Okay, okay. When did it turn into a firm belief that there's not? Because I've always heard a lack of belief.
That's kind of where it gets. That's where it gets fuzzy. These are all such subjective terms.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. If I was to tell you that I have a god that's a purple alien with moose antlers chewing cherry bubblegum, and it's right here, my personal relationship friend, and
I'd be
all that
very
stuff,
jealous
and
because
you're
I
gonna
can't chew
say,
gum.
I don't believe you. No, you'd say, I don't believe you. Show me. That's not a firm belief that something's not there. That's a non-belief.
Well, yeah,
It's
that's
like, okay, that alien's not standing there, and you don't have any evidence for the bullshit you're telling me. That does, so I'm not going to take your word for it. That doesn't mean, oh yeah, I firmly already planted that. That's not, I don't believe in things like that. That's not what it means. It means somebody's telling you something that they believe, and they're giving you a Gnostic version of what they believe, and then you're saying, show me. And that means you don't believe it yet because they haven't convinced you. You have not been convinced. Either you're convinced of something and you believe, or you are not convinced of something and you don't believe. There's no, sort of, kind of, whatever. Even if you're leaving your options open, you still don't believe it because you're not planted firm in that belief. You still don't believe it, but you're just keeping your options open just in case it is true. That doesn't mean you have a percentage of, oh, I believe this a little bit. No, you don't. If you either believe it or you don't. There's and
all right.
all
Well,
the arguments and everything has been saying that for the past 5 years since I've been on the internet. Anyways, it's not my personal thing. This is just how I've come to understand it, to where it's just logical. It's just more logical that way.
To me, I lean
well, there's
more.
also different degrees of, there's different degrees of each, there's different degrees of any different belief system. Like, there's, well, let's see, maybe there's militant atheists. The militant atheists are definitely the ones that swear up and down there is nothing.
That's an anti-theist.
Yeah, I've heard the terms used interchangeably. Perhaps it's not appropriate for them to be.
Yeah. Well, they say militant. That suggests extremist activity, of violence or something.
Yeah, and it's funny. There certainly weren't any atheists in the Crusades. Now, were there?
I don't know. They damn sure didn't tell anybody. Otherwise, you're gonna die.
The Crusades are largely taught as having been religiously motivated, were they not?
Oh yeah.
I know when I was in school, they were taught as being religiously motivated. Which just goes to show religion could be the root of quite a bit of the problems in this world.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but
you think?
what started out as a form of and it's really population control.
Yeah. Do you know where the word "fuck" comes from?
No, where does it come
Well,
from?
according to Monty Python, it comes from the German word "fricken," which is to strike. Something tells me that's wrong.
Oh.
Fornication
Not
under the
Monty
certification
Python.
of the king.
Oh.
So every time all these little city-states or whatever, or kingdoms had battles, half the people died, and the king had to build everybody up again, so he told them to go fuck. Fornicate under the certification of the king. That way they had somebody left to work the fields and all that other crap.
Really?
Wow.
This is an interesting.
That's what I've
fact.
heard anyways, and I've looked it up a couple times, and Can't remember where I even looked it up, but either way, I like the word. It's one of my favorites.
Have you ever watched Monty Python or heard it? Really, it's more of an audio clip. They're talking about the many uses of the word fuck.
Oh
No, I
no,
haven't.
no, I need to though.
Oh my god! First of all, Mike, you're British and you haven't watched Monty Python.
Oh, I've watched Monty Python,
Shame.
but I haven't seen. I haven't seen that specific clip that you're
Oh, you
talking
can
about.
YouTube it. The many uses of the word fuck. It's I had it in my iTunes library. It's a shame my computer is shit, or I'd pull it up, and I don't want to get anybody a copyright strike, so there's that too. But look it up; it's so funny. They talk about how fuck can be used as any part of speech,
Ah,
as a verb, as
Again.
an adjective, as every part of the sentence.
It's a perfect
Fuck the
word.
fucking fucker. As a transitive verb, John fucked Shirley. As an intransitive verb, Shirley fucks.
hmm.
And actually, that clip is where. Have you ever heard me say, "Why don't you go outside and play hide and go fuck yourself"? That's where that comes from.
Means just go away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, when I've actually said that to people. Like somebody will piss me off, I'll be like, you know what? You can just go outside and play hide and go fuck yourself. And that's where that comes from.
Hmm.
I tell people to go apologize to a tree because they're a waste of oxygen just before you go commit suicide.
Now that's dark.
Let me tell you.
Yes, it is. But you should hear the people trying to get at me whenever I go out of my house. Holy moly. I do not fit into my society. I have fun in it sometimes, though,
Well,
because
not
I'm the
fitting
harmonica
in.
man.
Fitting in
You
is
know.
boring. Fitting in is terribly boring. I mean, I walk around wearing this fucking t-shirt. I went into my aunt's house wearing it, and my aunt's not a Christian or anything. My grandparents raised all their kids Catholic. Yeah, fun fact: Cy Strike was raised Catholic. But I went into my aunt's house wearing this shirt. I said, "So do you like my new t-shirt?" And she looks at it and goes, "You're terrible." Just because she's not necessarily Christian doesn't mean she thinks I should go around fucking with the other side of that coin.
Right.
And I have never been allowed to have a Ouija board. I've always wanted to play with one just for the hell of it, but I'm not allowed to have a Ouija board.
Ah.
Yep. They're only evil if you believe they are. Then you're just scaring yourself.
My mom, who, I mean, you follow my mom, right, Randy?
I don't know. Maybe.
You should if you don't.
I think so.
But she's totally.
Yeah, I follow an awful lot of people.
She's totally.
Go ahead.
She's totally anti-religion, whatever. She's always got some crack about, oh look, the Catholic priests are fucking another little boy and like, seeing no consequences. Like, she's very critical of the Catholic Church specifically for that.
Right.
But even she's like, no, you just never know about spooks. You cannot get the Ouija board because you don't know. You know? She just doesn't want to take the chance.
Right. Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, especially because now we've got an almost 4-year-old in the house, and if evil spirits do exist, you know, the tropes in movies, they always go for the innocent small child, and the last thing I want is something evil getting a hold of a child. That's why she's never met my father.
Mm.
And thankfully, she's not my ex-husband's kid.
Go ahead, Mike.
My mum told me once that she and a few of her friends were playing were playing with a Ouija board, and the lights went on and off, and it really, it really freaked her out.
Oh, so your mom is one of those too? Don't bring a Ouija board in my house. I swear to get one of those.
Yes.
That's how my aunt is. She and her friend were playing with a Ouija board, and she went to a Catholic high school, and I guess she told one of the nuns about her experience, and the nun says to her, Victoria, I thought you had more sense than that.
Hmm.
So apparently
Right.
something happened with this Ouija board, and it really spooked her.
But my mum's Church of England.
Oh,
Oh,
so Church of England doesn't like the Ouija boards either. Then
Well, I don't think so. No, but the weird thing is, even though we were all Christians into the Church of England, we ended up going to the Methodist Church growing up because, well, it was convenient because that was the closest church to us.
I'm sorry.
The Methodists are always so nice. I like the
Really
Methodists.
never really gone to a Methodist. I think I've only gone in there just once, but never. Don't remember my experience in there.
Hmm.
I wasn't
Yeah.
grew up. Well, as a child, didn't grow up there, but Pentecostal, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to I joined the Pentecostal church as an adult.
Oh. Oh yes. Speaking in tongues.
Yeah, speaking in tongues and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Yep.
I have never felt the need to go to any sort of religious organization, but I went to a few bar mitzvahs growing up. I went to a bat mitzvah just because it was something for one of my friends, but never went to a religious service myself.
Have you ever noticed how people every once in a while will talk about, oh no, I swore and I think my preacher over there heard me and I'm so embarrassed.
Really?
And I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
that's a little ridiculous.
yeah, it's like he's just a person. Who cares? Be
Yeah.
yourself.
Hmm.
And if you're afraid of him exposing you for that in a church in front of your community, it's time to get a new community.
Uh-huh.
I think people are taught to revere the leader, look up to them, and make them they're the be all end all in church.
Hmm. Yeah,
They're more to life. And you learn that not being in a restrictive religious community, that there's so much more to life than what you've been taught.
Yeah.
My ex-wife is from Zimbabwe, and
Really?
yeah, and in Zimbabwean churches, the pastor is almost revered.
It's next to God.
Yeah, and they buy him, they buy him, they buy him and his family their groceries, they pay their bills, their rent. Yeah, they want for nothing. It's
So
what's
it's
there.
kind of like the mega church people, like Joel Osteen.
Yeah. Yes.
Something, yeah, it's like that, and what's there, living in poverty.
The mentality is the Dark Ages too, medieval type mentality.
No, but then they believe, they're taught that what you do to the prophet is as doing unto God. So anything you do for the prophet, it is they're the representatives of God here on earth.
How convenient.
And they can do or say no wrong.
No, they can do or say no wrong.
If you dare criticize them, you're quenching the spirit's fire.
we have a term for that. It's called a cult.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
When they
very
go,
cultish. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
uh,
point to make. With once again with your what's his name, Thanos made a point of, why do atheists go around with, t-shirts and protesting and being hateful, and I mentioned that, well, no, you know theists always conflate anger with hate.
mhm,
Don't hate everybody, just getting sick and tired of being strawmanned and oppressed. And later on, when he said something about, why don't you just admit that you just hate God and you are full of sin? That right there makes me want to put on a t-shirt that says "Up yours."
That fire and
That's
brimstone
why.
crap is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm going to hell anyway. I'm probably driving the bus, so fuck you. I'm gonna live my life and enjoy it.
The thing is,
Yeah.
what evangelicals don't seem to understand is that most of what they believe about hell, about the fire and brimstone stuff, that is more about, they get that from from Dante's Inferno, not the
mhm,
Bible.
mhm.
I never did get around to
Yep.
reading that. I think I have it somewhere.
Well, the thing
Many,
of it is, with
many
most
Christians,
theists,
many
they
Christians read the Bible.
go ahead. With theists, what I'm saying, these arguments, the reason why they keep going around in circles isn't because atheists don't understand. It's that they don't understand. I,
Mhm,
you know, you correct them and correct them. No, that's not what I am. It's not like, atheists are deliberately going out and trying to force them into not believing or believing in, as soon as they, like Bionic Dance always says, if you're willing to play nice with the other kids, I ain't gonna say nothing, you know. But they keep telling you what you think. It's a straw man that they just will not let go, and all of their arguments is like a Ray Comfort argument or a Darth Dawkins or whatever his name is, well,
Mm.
this is what you are, and I'm going to argue about it and have these epistemological questions that's going to back you into a corner, and you can only answer them the way I want you to. Otherwise, you just don't get it. That's what it
Yeah.
is. Either you agree with what a piece of crap you are, or you just don't understand what you are.
You
And
either
they
admit
will
you're a piece
not
of
let
shit or
those
you're an
types of
idiot.
mentalities. Yeah.
I
So they,
I
they will not let that mentality go and learn. No, what I say, I think, that's what I think. Not because
mm,
you tell me what I think. You see, but
yeah.
a building can fall on their damn head and it doesn't matter. They're still going to strawman everybody else simply because they don't believe in their delusion with them. And it's so
So
frustrating. This is why I get
I
so excited over these arguments. I just want to slap them and
mm.
say, shut up.
Well, I just don't. I don't like when you know. I am totally for accepting other people's beliefs and not ridiculing them for it, unless you're a Scientologist or a Jehovah's Witness, um, or Westboro Baptist. But there comes a point where accommodating people's religious beliefs goes too far. Like once you get to the point where you're just like the fundamentalists who want to deny people human rights, for example, just because it doesn't fit in with their holy book. Like, really? Let people live. And
Mm.
funny to me is the Christians are the ones screaming about denying the LGBT community rights, for example. And it's like, doesn't your God say to love everybody and let him take care of the judging?
mhm.
It's just fun poking holes in their logic.
It is
Mm.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And then they don't
I-
know what to do when they short circuit, and it's hilarious to watch.
Yeah. I personally don't understand why people still get into debates with Darth Dawkins, because it's a waste of time. It's a waste
I'm
of
not
time
even
and
gonna pretend I
energy.
know who that
Mhm.
is. Probably better that I don't know him.
Yeah, you're not missing much. Trust me. He's a
Yeah,
nasty
I have
piece
to
of
take
work. He's a nasty piece of work, actually. He can be really, he can get really
Yeah,
mean
he.
when he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he,
Yeah, I won't have those kind of things on my channel.
no,
I just will not debate. It's there for fun and joy and music and everybody coming together and having good ideas that promotes human existence and moving forward in life, not backward. So that's what
yeah,
I'm all about, and everything else can kiss my ass.
I hate that presuppositional crap that he uh, insists on
Hmm.
spouting all the time. Anyway, it does my head in. And the way he gish gallops,
Well, yeah, I don't want to pinpoint anybody or anything about, because I respect this guy, like him. He's really nice and everything, but Richard Madsen is starting to form his arguments in the same way, as a
Oh,
presupposition
yes.
and a
hmm,
straw man against you, and then he tries to back you into a corner, and then if you don't believe him, what he's telling you what you are, then you just don't get it. And other people believe him because he's smart. The problem is, you can be the smartest person on the world, but you don't get to tell somebody else who and what they are. That makes you arrogant.
I
yeah.
was I was
But he's
quite
a great
surprised.
guy, nonetheless.
I was quite surprised to learn that he was a theist. I for some reason assumed he was an atheist. Hmm.
Well, that's because he has a totally different take on the Bible, and the philosophies that he has. It is very, very interesting. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the descriptives he uses for a lot of the scriptures in terms of metaphoric value, as opposed to it's supposed to be what it actually says. Um, so it's very, very interesting, but it's just something that he argues with Christians too, because in his point of view, they all got it wrong and they're misinterpreting the book. And so that's where he's coming from, and it's a very unique point of view, and it's very interesting to hear and talk about these things that everybody thought was one thing, but then here's another perspective of how you can look at it. That's essentially it.
Hmm.
Well, that sounds like it could be, that sounds like it'd be interesting.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I'm gonna wrap things up. Um, time is it's getting close to it's getting close to midnight here in the UK, and
Yes. In a bit.
it's been great having you guys on.
Always a
You
pleasure to
know,
be here.
Thank
and
you.
thanks
Good
to
being
the
here.
guys. But thanks for coming, and thanks to the people in the side chat as well. Um, and do do join us every Wednesday night for for further episodes of Shooting the Shit, and every Thursday night for On the Sofa. And until then,
Mm-hmm.
goodbye, and see you next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.